y'all. Today's May 14th, 2024, and I thought it would be really fun to do a garden tour. This is our really big elderberry, and they're starting to flower, and they are just so beautiful. So we have that. I have got all of the nettle already harvested and dehydrated. We've got a big comfrey plant here, some julep mint, walking onion. I should have some garlic chives in here somewhere, and I still need to get more dandelion leaves. I need to dehydrate more of that after I get done with the video. This, I believe, is peppermint here, and there's some elderberry growing through there. This is some flowers that we planted. This one is a Mexican sunflower. It's supposed to get really big, like 6 foot tall by 3 feet wide, and have really pretty orange flowers. I have wanted to grow this plant for years, so I am super excited about that. And we've got zinnias in here and other plants. Some of them may not have made it. I'm probably going to replant them. I do all of my planting based on the garden planting calendar, and I do that and use the lunar phases and the astrological signs to do that. And we got all of our plants pretty much out. I had a few extras that I just did not have space for. I've still got my flowers that need to be planted out and a few herbs. But other than that, we got everything in the garden, and our lilies are so pretty. This is one of my favorite plants. I had moved this plant like 5 times, and it is the happiest right here. So I decided to leave it. I have another one of those Mexican sunflowers here, and we have another comfrey, and we have our, and cicadas are after me. As you can tell, they are all over. Like, look, there's one there and one there, and I'm sure y'all can hear them, but yeah, they're all over. I thought we did have some apples on this tree. I know we do. Oh, there's one. There we go. And I'll also, while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna go show you some of our other trees. This apple tree does not look the happiest, but it still has a few apples. It's pretty pitiful compared to what it has been doing, but we decided to keep it since it's still holding on a little bit. This is our other apple tree, and it is just loaded. Like, everywhere you look, there are so many apples. I think last year we got about 40 pounds, and as long as we can keep the the critters away from them, we should be able to get a lot off of them. And this is a plum tree. This is an ornamental plum, but I didn't even realize, my son was showing me the other day, that it's got plums all over it too. So I was trying to show, they are all over if you get to looking. So I've never ate any plums off of that one, so I don't know if they're any good. And we also have a pear tree over here, and they are getting really big, and it is just loaded too. Last year, the critters got everyone off of this tree, and it was loaded just like this. So hopefully we'll be able to get them this year. And I am super, super excited. I have wanted to grow this Santa Rosa plum for years and years, and I finally got one last year, and it actually has plums on it, and we are all eyeing this. We love plums, so we're excited about that. And that one there is a wild plum tree, so they don't get very big, as well as this one. This one's been here a really long time. Other things we have, since we're right here, we have, I think this one's spearmint, and I have horseradish and our flame willow. I think this is an orange flame willow. In the winter time, it gets this really pretty, oh, there's ants all over it, really pretty orangey color, and it just is beautiful in the winter time when everything else is dead. I have a marshmallow there, and I think that's a autumn joy sedum right there. So we'll just go on back around this way though. The elderberry is so massive. You can see it's so much taller than the house there. We got our sun tea going. We do like a concentrate of sun tea. I need to make a video showing how I do that. I have video ideas, but not enough of time to do that. Other things I was going to show, the air conditioner's loud. I'm sorry about that. But this is a banana tree from inside. I'm going to plant it outside this year. And we also have our little towers with nasturtiums and lettuce and all kinds of things like that. These are the purple nasturtiums that Baker Creek had this year. They're pretty. And we've got all kinds of herbs. We've got catnip, chives, yarrow, marshmallow, oregano, comfrey, Here I've got all kinds of flowers, mostly zinnias, a few other things. This is a coxcomb here, and they're doing pretty good. It's one of those giant ones. I hope they get really big. Here it's kind of the same thing, more comfrey, yarrow, catnip. This is my lemon balm bed, and I use lemon balm to make all of my vinegars. I make homemade vinegar. And these beds are a weedy mess. I have not got to them. I wanted to get to them a few weeks ago, and this one and this one, I need to get all these old kales that have bolted out, and I wanted to plant them with turnips and radishes. I just haven't got to that yet. I've got more lemon balm back there, and strawberries, and another elderberry, and here I've got sweet mint and a rose. The last time I did a tour, the rose was blooming, but this one is not blooming yet, but it will be for too long. Okay, sorry about that. The phone said it is too hot. It is pretty hot out here today. So we've got our strawberries here, and they're already putting on more flowers. We've got several handfuls of those, and they are so good. We have several herbs here. Most of these are just store-bought. This one is a thyme I grew from cutting from a plant, like at the, what is it, like the fresh food section of the grocery store. We've got sage here that I started a few years ago. We've got coleus and poppy, some alyssum, and another rosemary I did that with. This is a butterfly bush. It's a tricolor butterfly bush. It's not blooming just yet, but it is beautiful whenever it does. And this is our main vegetable garden here. So I guess we'll just start over here. This is something we're trialing new this year. This is an in-ground garden, and I planted a lot of the same tomatoes and peppers that I planted in the raised beds over here, and we're going to just trial it and see how it does. This is our flower garden. We've got yarrow and woolly lamb's ear, and these are hibiscus that I grew from seed several years ago, and these are a perennial sunflower. This is bee balm, and I grew that from seed last year. I don't know what color it is. That'll be a surprise this year. But the woolly lamb's ear is so pretty. It's starting to flower, and I love that purple color against that kind of grayish color. And let's see, I've got more yarrow. This is from that plant that I did have in the raised bed up there, and I broke it up into a bunch of little plants. So that is a really budget-friendly way to propagate plants. And I've got lantana down here, and another of those Mexican sunflowers, and I have another lantana, and I'd like to put it here. I haven't got to that yet. I've been busy trying to get the vegetable garden in. Here I would like to plant okra. I just ran out of time and did not have time to do that, but I got a new variety from Baker Creek that I'm excited to grow this year. We've got our sugar magnolia tendril peas basically on every fence and trellis that I have. They are my favorite. They are so beautiful. They have the most beautiful flowers. Let's see, there's some there, and they have purple peas. I just love them, and they get so big. So we have that, and I forgot to show. These are all of our, I got distracted by the peas. They are one of my favorites. So these are our paste tomatoes. I haven't had the best luck with paste tomatoes in the past, but I really got into sauces last year. So we're going to give it a try this year and see if they do any better. And here's the flower garden from this angle. And you can see the perennial sunflowers are just starting to put on. And I also have regular sunflowers in here. I like the branching kind mostly. I've got several different varieties all throughout. You can see them down on the bottom. They're starting to grow there, and there's some of the perennial sunflowers here that are blooming. And here I have a bunch of, these are cherry tomatoes. I don't know if I mentioned before, but we have a video where I went over all of our different tomatoes and peppers, our favorite varieties, and why we like them, and our favorite ones, and all of that. So if you'd like to check that video out, you can. And we also got this new bird bath. Robert got me that, and a bunch of indoor plants for Mother's Day, and I love it so much. So there was this auction, and it was so awesome. I'm going to also have a video of that where I show that, but that will be later on. But I love this, and the birds love it. The little titmice, they keep coming to the bird bath, and they enjoy it so very much. And let's see, this is a catnip plant. This is one of my favorite plants. It's so big and I love that it's purple. If you can't tell, I love purple. So here are these are the sugar magnolia tendril peas, and I cannot believe how tall they are. Like, you can see how tall the arbor is, and they are so tall. Our neighbor had stopped by the other day and he is well over 6 feet and I could not even see him. So they are super tall. Um, Here are more cherry tomatoes, and I also have some sweet potatoes here. The bunnies have been loving the sweet potatoes, and they do this every year, so I just try and plant more and more to try and combat that. They also do this with the peas. If you notice, there's like spots where they're a lot shorter or completely gone. That's because of bunnies. But I just try and plant more because they're really cute. They're destructive, but they're cute, and so I just try and plant more. That's my solution to the problem. And here we have our like big slicer tomatoes. Got several different varieties here. I'm gonna try and be better this year about tracking the production and our favorite ones as far as flavor. I did really good with the ones we grew last year, and hopefully I'm going to do good this year. I just love them peas. They're so pretty, and the birds love them. They keep like going in and out, and the hummingbirds go to the flowers too, so that's really cool. And our hummingbirds, I don't know if you can see them. Woo, they're they're right there. They have been coming on so strong. I'm going through well over, I think, half a gallon. I did half a gallon yesterday, and by the end of the day, I had to make more because they had done drained everything. So there are a lot of them. And this is our like pepper bed. I also have catnip in here because I just love it so much. These are mostly all peppers that we grew. There are a few store-bought ones, like right in this area. You can see there, but most of the others are ones that we grew from seed, and I took y'all along with me with that. And we have sweet potatoes in the middle, and like I was saying before, the bunnies love them. Look at what they did to these. They just completely topped them, and this is usually what they do. Last year I had an issue with them not only topping my sweet potatoes, but my peppers. So this is why my peppers are so big. I started them in February instead of March. So hopefully they'd be big enough they wouldn't do that. I know some people like to top their peppers and think they get more production out of it. In all of my trials where I experimented with this, and I've done it with several varieties over several years, I have not had good luck with that. So I found just the complete opposite, that I get less. So I don't do that, and I was really upset when the bunnies did top them. So I try and got them to get them really big so we didn't have that issue. And so far, we're doing really good. This is our potato bed. If I remember right, we have our red Pontiacs on this side and the Yukon Golds on this side. And something new I'm trying is with the ground cover. Now, I am not good at growing potatoes. This is just a new experiment. I'm trying to figure out how to grow them good. And in between them, over this weekend, we planted some of our squash. I've got like Long Island cheese squash here, which is a winter squash, and down here I've got some lemon squash, which is a summer squash. And I think I forgot to show, I can't remember if I showed or not, but on the arbors down here, I have Amish pie pumpkin. I grew like 1 or 2 of these last year and got like 30 pounds of pumpkins. So I'm hoping they will grow all the way up the arbor and be like this magical pumpkin vine that goes up the arbor. I also have another one over here. So that's my hope there. Let's see. I think while we're here, we'll look at a few of these plants. Look at this elderberry. This thing was so small for so many years, and look at it now. It is huge, and they're starting to flower, and they are just so pretty. We are going to have so many elderberries. I love this tree. I can be standing at the sink washing dishes, and I can watch the little hummingbirds come on it, and I just love it so much. Underneath it, we've got chocolate mint, and we have apple mint here, but we made a path because we have issues with snakes, and I was a little worried getting here to the hummingbird feeder. So we got that all cleared up. My son did that for me on Mother's Day. And let's see, so all of this is apple mint, and you would not know it, but back behind here I have a, what is it called? A the black hollyhocks. That's what it is. I have those back there, but I don't know if they're doing anything because the mint is so big. I also have marshmallow. I have that one there. And my plan is that banana tree that was around back, I want to put it here. So that's another thing I need to get to. This mint here, let's see, I have a comfrey plant here, and this starts from this comfrey plant over is, what is it called? I'm trying to remember. I have so many mint plants. I'll have to come back to that because I know that one's apple. Which one's this one? I can't remember. I want to say julep, but I know that's not right. Well, y'all can go back to other videos and see because I bet I remember there, but it is escaping me at the moment. So this one is orange mint here. It does not get nearly as tall as the other one. This is an elderberry, and if I'm not mistaken, I just took a cutting from the one around back last year, that really big one, and put it here, and it's done this big. Like, look at those cicadas. They are everywhere. And let's see, I've got more comfrey. I did have a pineapple mint planted in here, but it doesn't seem to like it here. All right, my phone is not very happy about how hot it is today, but in the time it took it to cool off, I remembered the name of that other mint down here that's really tall. It's mojito mint. Okay, so back down here is another elderberry, and it's just like the one in the back, and I've got more comfrey. And we'll come back around, and that's like the fruit trees I was showing earlier. And now we're on to our fruit area. Now, I had an issue this past year with weeds. This was something new I put in a year or two ago, and honestly, I was just stuck on the decision phase. I could not figure out what the best solution would be for this area. I had hoped, let me come down here and show you. I had put a bunch of comfrey in. I just took cuttings from the comfrey that I have around back. I try and do all of this on a budget, so we try and not spend too much money. And I had hoped it'd all be like this. You can see the bees love the comfrey. I had hoped it had been like this to where it would suppress the weeds because it's not nearly as bad here. But I guess I just used pieces that were too small and didn't take. And we have a lot of issues with the grass and weeds. So I'm still in the decision phase of trying to figure out what I want to do. And honestly, this past summer, like I guess winter, I had hoped to make this bed and do another bed here and do another arbor, but it just wasn't in the budget, so I was not able to do that. And so right here, we just have a lot of comfrey, and we have blackberry. They were really stressed whenever I first put them in. That spring, so it must have been 2 years ago, that spring we had a really big drought. Usually we have a lot of rain in the spring, but that spring and also that summer, it was a severe drought. So it was like probably the worst year to put them in. But anyways, we got them put in, and they're struggling, but they're doing okay. You can tell they've got some blackberries on them. So yeah, these are like a vining blackberry here. Down this one, we were not able to get this one weed eated, so I don't know that I'm going to go down here too far because we have snakes, but there's several different varieties of blackberries here. These are more like bushy varieties that don't need trellising. I also have grapes here. I may walk down this one, try and be careful here. And you can see we have grapes. I am so excited about this. These really struggled too the first year or two. Like I said, we had drought. And here are our raspberries that our neighbors gave us, and they are doing amazing. I've always struggled with the red raspberries. As you can see, I've got tags here from where I think I got them from like Stark Brothers. They even sent replacements, and all of those died. So they were not happy here. And I also just took some of my peas. I saved a bunch of seed last year and just threw them out here before the rain one day. And some of them came up. They did not a whole lot, but some of them did. So we've got this blackberry here, and we can show this grape down here. More little grapes. Most of these here are wine grapes. I do down here on this one right here is a table grape. It's like a red table grape. Let's see. There's this one here too. I'm so excited about the grapes. They look really cool. And our raspberries, whew, I thought I heard something. Okay. Let's get out of here. Okay, so there's all that. And like I said, the weeds, I have been so busy putting the garden in that I just have not, and I hurt my back too. I have not been able to keep up with everything. And the sad thing is this is like our blueberries that we spent, well, not a lot of money, but I think it was like $75 on blueberries. And they've kind of been taken over by grasses. Like here's one. And I think I've got like 5 down here, and I've got comfrey in here too. But as you can tell, it didn't take very well. This is another blackberry. I'm not sure if it's this one or this one. I planted 2 pretty close together. You can kind of see it over there. One of them is the Ponca. It's supposed to be the sweetest blackberry. So we've got those. They're doing really, really good, and they're actually even starting to change color. So we'll have to keep an eye on that to make sure we get them before the birds do, because they like them a lot. Off in here, I'm trying to remember. There's another blueberry there. If you can see it, I really need to get in here and clean this up. And this is a blackberry that we had got, I believe we got it from Tractor Supply, and it was one of those, it was like called like, I don't know, I want to say like blackberry cobbler or something. It was like, it had a really crazy name. Look at the stalks of this plant. Like I am shocked how good it's doing, and there are tons of berries on it. And then we've got some black raspberries here. They're doing okay. And see the comfrey, where the comfrey is, the weeds aren't nearly as bad. See there? So I may just end up doing more comfrey, and instead of digging everything up. And I've got more hibiscus that I started from seed last year. More hibiscus and comfrey, but I'm still undecided. There's a little bitty blueberry. We've got more little bitty blueberries. Let's see, what else do we have? Those are our smaller blueberries, and we ended up getting some bigger ones. I think it was last year. I think like all of this we put in last year, these last 2 rows. There's more hibiscus, and these are some of the blackberries, like the same ones in that first row I just dug up that we had at the fence area, and they actually have really good stalks. I think it has a lot to do with the growing season and as to how good they do. This one is more of that Mexican sunflower, and I tried to plant flowers in here. I think this one right here is one of those giant coxcombs, but I think most of it did not make it, or the seeds didn't take. These are some blueberries here. This is more of those blackberries, and look at this. This is more blueberries. I cannot believe how productive this blueberry is, and there's more down there. This has been so fun. They have already got a handful or 2 off of this, actually probably 2, and there's even more. So we are loving these blueberries. And there's more there, and I also took some of that yarrow and got it and put it down here. But this is our fruit area. It is a big, big mess. This is probably going to be one of the next few things that I tackle, but I'm just not there just yet. I just got done with the vegetable garden and everything, so I needed a little bit of a break, and had a kitchen day yesterday and got a few things put in the freezer, so we'll have kind of some convenience meals for whenever I do come out and tackle all this, because I don't know about y'all, but I am beat at the end of the day whenever I get done with all of this. But this is pretty much all of our garden areas. We kind of got fruits and vegetables and fruit trees. We do actually, the past quite a few years, we have been able to grow enough of peppers and sweet potatoes to where we don't have to buy that from the store, as well as the peas. And last year with them Amish pie pumpkins, we were able to grow enough of pumpkin as well, and hopefully with the Long Island cheese we'll be able to do the same. I started doing some of the sauces with mostly cherry tomatoes, and we really enjoyed that. So I'm going to try and hopefully be able to grow enough of sauce this year. That's why we have so many tomatoes. So we're going to, we just keep trying little bit by little bit, and it's too overwhelming for me, at least, to try and grow everything all at once. It's just too much to tackle, but I just do it little bit by little bit, and that's also a lot better for the budget. So I guess that's everything with the garden. thank y'all all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and comment down below. Be sure and subscribe too, because I'm going to have even more garden tours, and hopefully everything will grow really big. Hopefully we'll have harvest videos where we show all of our harvest, and I'll hopefully be able to do videos where I show all the different things that we make with some of the things that we grow, like our peas and tomatoes and peppers. So thank y'all all so much. Oh, there's a little hummingbird. Thank y'all all so much for watching. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.